This video is sponsored by my faithful Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter today, click on the link in the description. Table talk! Table talk! How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Arthur, and welcome to another episode of Table Talk, your favorite series on the channel ever since I started it 2 weeks ago. So what I'd like to talk about today is a few different subjects. Subject number one, I am monetized again. Hallelujah! Praise the higher power in which you believe in. Because I can't be discriminatory. Everybody's got their preference. You've got yours. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect your little safe space. Yeah, the channel has become monetized again. I don't know if you've been seeing the ads on the videos or anything like that, and for some reason, also, ever since I got monetized and YouTube finally reviewed my channel, I was about to go below that 5,000 watch hour threshold again, which you need 4,000 to get monetized. I noticed that the videos have been doing a lot better than they used to be, and I think that's because channels who are monetized and get ads and all that sort of stuff, their sort of publicity gets bumped up compared to the people who don't have monetization on their channels, which is unfortunate. I think everybody should have a sort of equal chance to be seen by people who might be interested in their sort of content. But unfortunately, it's not the case anymore with YouTube these days. You have to clickbait, you have to self-advertise, you have to do that sub for sub crap to be able to get anywhere. And that's really, really unfortunate, but I mean, that's how YouTube works these days. But since I've become monetized with YouTube once again, I finally got into my new partnership with Full Screen Media. So far, it seems to be kind of the same as TGN. At the same time, it's a little bit better because their Full Screen's dashboard is a lot better than TGN's was, because TGN had to use a completely separate outlet that didn't really work that well. But with Full Screen Media, I just log into my Full Screen account and all of my stuff is there. It's fantastic. I've noticed that the money is coming in once again, even though, you know, it's just a few cents, but that's what it's going to be for a long time. The reason why I left TGN, again, like I said, I think in the last video, or the video before that, was because they weren't doing anything for the channel anymore, and it almost seemed pointless to be with them because they didn't provide any tools for me to grow except for Epidemic Sound. And Epidemic Sound is a website you can go to, and if you have a subscription to Epidemic Sound, you can download royalty-free music, which is, for the most part, what I use in a lot of my videos. And without that music, the Thrillville series wouldn't have been as interesting, because I used Epidemic Sound music in the background of all of those videos. It really made the series pop and be fun and funny and all that sort of stuff, so I don't think Thrillville would have gone too far in its life cycle as it did. The Thrillville series is the most popular one on the channel to date. I gotta say this straight out of the box, it's the most popular series on my channel. And if you haven't seen the Thrillville series, go watch it. It's hilarious, it's a fun time. One episode I actually edited completely with a one of those drawing tablets, and that was a huge mistake because the audio got all screwed up, and I didn't care. People loved it. People love that series. People constantly want me to bring back Thrillville, but it's a done series. It's done. I know if I would upload more of that type of game, I know I'd get more views and all that sort of stuff because it worked. It obviously did. The first episode got over, I think, 15,000 views, or I think it's reaching 20,000 now or something like that, and every other episode reached over 1,000 views. That's just because of nostalgia, I think. Everybody in the comments were just like, this was my game back in the day, bringing back my childhood. And I think that's what it was feeding off of. I don't think people were coming to that series just because, oh, it looked good. I think it's because it reminded them of a good time that they had playing the game, which is what I had, playing the game for the channel and also playing it back whenever it was released. I played the crap out of it on my Wii. Anyway, yeah, again, the channel is monetized. I hope you like the ads. It's fantastic. And again, if you would like to support the channel, please subscribe and also hit the bell so that way you guys get notified. And also in the description, you'll see 2 links. one for Patreon and one for Humble Bundle. And if you click on the Humble Bundle link, you get $8 instantly added to your account. And that's only if you sign up. And then you also get 10% off anything you buy on top of that. If you become a Humble Bundle monthly user, you get 10% off. And also with Patreon, you get to be a part of my Discord server. I gotta say, the support with the channel has been amazing lately, and I can't thank you all enough. It's been a fantastic ride these past almost 5 years on YouTube, and my content has been constantly changing, hopefully for the better. I've been trying to make things, you know, more entertaining and all that sort of stuff, but then, you know, with this weekly show, I like to just sit down and talk with you guys about what's going through my head during the week that just passed. For the most part, I work and I sleep and I repeat. But I've also been downloading a lot of those meme-type games, as you've noticed, the 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab, and Dora is Dead, and Dead Doors, and all that sort of stuff. The Dead Doors one was kind of different for me to edit, because I didn't have the face cam footage, because it got corrupted. It still worked out pretty well. The 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab one blew up. It has over 130 views now. And it was standing at like 30 views or something before I posted my playthrough onto the comment section of the Game Jolt page and on the Itch.io page. Dave Microwaves Games, fantastic developer. He has another one about Sesame Street that I'm planning on playing. He's a fantastic developer. He makes those voxel type games feeding on our nostalgia. And I think that's a fantastic sort of marketing technique, because people love to see all these sorts of old games and old sort of series that they used to watch or play, and then seeing them recreated in a darker tone. I think that's fantastic. I really love his work. It's fantastic. I wanted to update on last week's premise, which is I like to try and bring up something controversial in all of these episodes, and last week's episode was about fake reactions, and the week before that it was botting in general on YouTube. Today what I would like to talk about is clickbait. Clickbait, obviously, it's one of those things where it's just like either in the title, in the thumbnail, it could be in both, it could be in the description, and even in the tags, and you might not see it in the tags section, but it's there. Because with clickbait, it is catching to the eye, and it gets the attention of somebody who might be gullible enough to click on it. And with my 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab, I clickbaited the crap out of that. I titled it like, how could a SpongeBob game be this scary? And you hardly see me scared at all in that entire video. But people ate it up. They didn't care. They clicked on it, loved the video, left a like, and then left. I've been getting a crap ton of subscribers too because I think of that video. The channel is starting to come closer and closer to 3,300, and that's fantastic. I really do appreciate the support with the channel, even with my new antics that I've been bringing. I'm trying to make it as a joke, but because it's working so well, it's something I might keep around, like I said in last video. But with clickbait, I try not to put it in the thumbnail at all, where you have like that red circle and that arrow pointing to the red circle, and inside the red circle is completely nothing, or has like, it's pointless. Those people need to go away. I actually made an entire series about clickbait one time a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, where I did just a week of clickbait, and the thumbnails were BS and the titles were even more BS. I'm constantly getting comments on those videos from that week that I did about, it's like, oh, this is clickbait, and all that sort of stuff, and it's just like, well, why are you looking for this type of content on YouTube? You're not gonna find it, because it was about like hentai and crap, but then the video was completely oblivious to that sort of subject. But people want to see what they want to see, and they're gonna look for it on YouTube for some reason. My Texan accent just came out there for a moment. Please ignore that. I'm from Texas, which is true. Again, I'm recording a lot. I've been trying to buy a new external hard drive so I can use the parts from it and repair my old one, which has over a year's worth of footage on it. That's why a lot of series stopped, like Shadow of Mordor and Slime Rancher. All that just stopped all of a sudden, and people were like, why? Why is this stopping? Please bring it back. And I'm just like, well, I could, but I'd have to re-record hours and hours of footage, which I really don't want to do, especially if it's right here and I can see it, but like 10 seconds later, the thing disconnects from my computer, freezes up, and I have to unplug it. I was able to get all my old thumbnails though, which was fantastic. Smaller files I can get off of it, but larger files, it's near impossible. Alrighty, so before I end this video, I want to talk about this. This was the motherboard I was using for about 2 weeks. It's an Asus Strix ROG Z370E, and if you're planning on buying one of these, please make sure not to mess with the BIOS. I tried to overclock my computer, and these little ports right here, this is what's used to control your hard drives and also your disk drives and all that sort of stuff. These went out on me within 2 weeks. They're SATA ports, and without those, you can't even boot your PC. So everything else works on it. Like I have a i7 8700K, I have Corsair Vengeance, I think. Corsair Vengeance, 16 gigs of DDR4. This is a fantastic board. It's even ROG for no reason. I turned that off. And all that sort of stuff has built-in Wi-Fi, Type-C ports. It was a fantastic board. It made my system run so much faster than my older parts. But unfortunately, I can't use this board anymore because it killed itself within 2 weeks of me having it. So I'm returning this one. I already got my new replacement one that they sent me, which was fantastic. I didn't have to buy a new one. I even had this thing water-cooled and everything, but it just died when I tried to overclock it. So if you're planning on buying one of these boards, make sure that you don't try and do anything stupid like I did and try and overclock it. And because I'm new to overclocking, and so I screwed my motherboard up. So, and this motherboard was like $300. So be sure to not screw anything up. And the thing is, with my old motherboard, which I have on my computer right now, I can't use the CPU, I can't use this RAM. So the newer parts need a newer motherboard, and my old motherboard was about like 6 years old. All of my parts are like 4 to 6 years old. So I needed an upgrade, and it cost me a lot of money, and unfortunately everything is based on and works with the motherboard, and if the motherboard doesn't work, nothing works. So, and of course it killed itself. So, fantastic. But there you guys have it, everybody. Another episode of Table Talk. Actually, this video was a little longer than I expected it to be, but there you guys have it. Thank you everybody so much for supporting the series. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, little plug here, please remember to hit the subscribe button, make it white so I know you're subscribed, and also hit the bell so that way you guys get notified the next time I upload, and instantly comment down in the comments section, hey, notification squad right here, ready to watch videos on the Arthur Plays show. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys later.